Alright, are we rolling? I think so. Okay, so back to this. Next one is be 6x squared plus 7x plus 2 over 6x squared minus 5x minus 6. I'm going to factor it. This would be 2x plus 1 times 3x plus 2 over 2x minus 3 times 3x plus 2. By the way, if you're confused how I'm doing this, this is sort of like thinking backwards. The 2x times 3x will get you 6x squared. 2x times 2 will get you 4x. 1 times 3x will get you 3x, so 4x plus 3x is 7x. And then the 1 times the 2 will get you 2. So that's foiling it. So factoring, again, is just backwards foiling, basically. So here we have our completed factorization. I have 3x plus 2 on top and a 3x plus 2 on the bottom. Those will cancel. I'm left with 2x plus 1 over 2x minus 3. That's our answer. X cannot equal this guy. 3x plus 2 equals 0. So set up this right here. 3x plus 2 equals 0. I get negative 2/3. So x can't equal negative 2/3. And x cannot equal this guy of 2x minus 3 equals 0. So x can't equal 3/2. So this would be our complete answer. Again, this is the whole. No, I take it back. This is the whole because this came from the part that I was able to cancel out. This is the asymptote because that's your actual, what your graph will actually look like in the end. Okay, go ahead and flip it over. Alright, some more things here. Sometimes you have to make things, you have to play around with things such as multiplying by -1 in order to cancel out. So let's go ahead and factor this first part. There's an x in both terms, so I'm going to take out the x. The bottom will be x plus 2 times x minus 4. Notice how the 4 minus x and the x minus 4 look close. In fact, they're just opposites of each other. This is negative x plus 4. So if I just multiply this by -1, then it will be x minus 4. So I'm going to go ahead and do that. I'm going to multiply it by -1. So I'm going to multiply this top part by -1. This becomes x minus 4 over x plus 2 times x minus 4. This is a perfectly legal move because if I multiply this out, I would end up with negative x squared plus 4x, which is what we started with. So this is still the same exact thing. At this point, the x minus 4's cancel out. Then you're left with negative x over x plus 2. We have an asymptote at x equals -2. And we have a whole at x equals 4. So this is your answer here. Alright, let's try that one again. So 10 minus 2x over x minus 5. The top I can take out a 2. So I'll go ahead and do that. I have 2 times 5 minus x over x minus 5. These look pretty dang close. They're just opposites of each other. So I'll multiply the top by a negative. This will be, come on, give me some lead here. Guys, I'm actually using a pencil. Oh wait, not anymore. I ran out of lead. Alright, a pen it is. This would be -2 times 5. Oops, x minus 5. Oop, there goes the pen already. Then I have x minus 5 on top, x minus 5 on the bottom. Those cancel. I'm left with -2 as an answer. However, since this is a rational expression, x cannot equal 5. Because if I plugged in 5 on the bottom, this graph would do some funky stuff. You just have a hole on the bottom. Alright, last one. Let's go ahead and do this. This is negative x squared plus 3x. What I'll do is I'll take out the negative first off. So I'll make it x minus 3 on the top. The bottom is going to be 2x minus 1 times x minus 3. These cancel. I'm left with negative x over 2x minus 1. X can't equal 3, that's a whole. X can't equal 1/2, that's an asymptote. Asymptote. Here's your answer. Alright, moving on. We're going to look at multiplying and dividing. This is just doing the same thing. We're doing a few more things that we're going to factor to begin with. Then we're going to divide out the common factors, so just like what we were doing up here. Then we'll multiply. When you're multiplying fractions, you multiply the top and the bottom. And then the last thing, we will we'll simplify. Alright, so first one, I'm going to factor the top and the bottom. I have 3x to the 5th times y to the 3rd over 2x to the 3rd times y to the 7th. This will factor into 3x squared over 2y to the 4th times 10x over 9y. Okay, this is using the division property of exponents. X to the 5th over x to the 3rd would be like x to the 5 minus 3, which is 2. So that's what I'm doing. Let's see what we got here. I can multiply this straight across. You might see already that there's a 3 on the top and a 9 on the bottom. So that would become a 1, that would become a 3. So this is going to be 10x to the 3rd power, this is x squared times x, so that's x squared plus 1, over 6y to the 5th, and then that's going to be 5x third over y to the 5th. Let's look at our restrictions. Y obviously cannot be 0. And be careful, you have to look back at your original, what you started with. We ended up canceling out x's somewhere, but x can't be 0 in this case either. There's a hole there. So that's our hole, and this will be our asymptote. There's your answer. Alright, next one. X minus 3 over 4x plus 20 times x plus 5 over x squared minus 9. Let's write this out. X minus 3. This will factor as, we'll take out a 4, x plus 5 times x plus 5. This here is a difference of 2 squares, so that would be x minus 3, x plus 3. Anytime you see that x squared minus a square number, that's called a difference of 2 squares. And so the x plus 5's cancel, and the x minus 3's cancel. I'm left with 1 over 4 times x plus 3. A few things here. X can't equal negative 5. That comes from here. That's going to be a whole since it cancels. X can't equal 3. That's another whole. So these are both wholes. And x can't equal negative 3. That's an asymptote. That comes from our final graph. There's our answer. Moving on. Alright, getting a little more involved here. X times x7 plus 20, or times 20. I'm just going to multiply straight across. This is going to be 20x to the 8th over 30x to the 5th. So I'm just multiplying straight across. These zeros will cancel, and then I have x to the 8 minus 5. So that's going to be 2/3 x cubed. X can't equal 0. That comes from up here. X can't equal 0. And then last one, I have 10x minus 40. 10x, oh, what am I doing that? I want to factor. So let's go ahead and factor this. I have 10 in each of these, so we'll take out a 10, x minus 4. This bottom one factors as, let's see, I have 4 and a 2, minus 4, minus 2. X plus 3 up top, and then I take out a 5 here, 5 times x plus 3. These cancel, this cancels. I'm left with 10 over 5 times x minus 2. X can't equal 4, that comes from here. X can't equal 2, that comes from here, the final product. X can't equal negative 3. The 4 and the negative 3 are going to be wholes since I canceled out to get those. And then the x equals 2 will be an asymptote. So there's your answer there. Alright, I'm going to pause the video and start up another one. This will be division. This will be the last one.